What happens when you aggressively cut your calories? It may seem like the fastest way to lose fat, but the results will shock you. In the first few days, your body enters survival mode and its stored glycogen is burned for energy, leading to a rapid drop in water weight and scale weight, whilst cortisol rises, leading to brain fog and fatigue. Now, after 1 week, your metabolism slows down by 15%, so you burn less calories and your body begins to break down muscle. After 2 weeks, your fat-storing enzymes increase and your thyroid hormones decrease, making it harder to lose stubborn fat. Now, after 1 month, you look skinny fat instead of lean. Your fat loss plateaus, your strength has decreased, and if you slightly increase your calories, you gain fat instantly. So if you want to learn how to lose fat like a superhero, then follow for more.
First things first, conventional idea of survival mode doesn't exist. Otherwise, famine wouldn't be a thing. Technically, every time you get in a caloric deficit, you're in a survival mode. I already explained a bunch of times how getting in an aggressive deficit often turns out to be a bad idea for a lot of people because they don't have a caloric maintenance high enough to pull it off without negatively affecting their energy levels, therefore training performance. But getting in an aggressive deficit doesn't mean you're going to lose muscle by default. No matter how aggressive the deficit is, as long as you're able to keep your daily protein intake and training intensity on points, you won't lose muscle right off the bat. You won't start losing muscle immediately, especially if you still carry a substantial amount of body fat on you. Stored fat, body fat, is more efficient fuel source than muscle protein. So as long as you're providing sufficient training stimulus and have some body fat on you, your body won't start degrading muscle protein for fuel. Also, that 15% drop in metabolic rate after 1 week was pulled straight out of FAST. Even a research in a control environment wasn't able to predict the rate of metabolic adaptation because there are a gazillion of factors. But these guys somehow can. But it is true the metabolic adaptation occurs at a faster rate the more aggressive the deficit is, again depending on a multitude of factors. So no, shorter aggressive deficit won't necessarily make you look skinny fat, under condition you have caloric maintenance high enough to pull it off and you know what you're doing in terms of training and nutrition. The more aggressive deficit you opt in, shorter the cut should last. I think that should be pretty obvious. It's just that most people have way more body fat to lose than they think, so going with an aggressive deficit turns out to be a poor decision. But that doesn't mean aggressive deficit is inherently bad or that you're going to lose muscle immediately. I won't even bother explaining why his explanation of the physiological processes and hormonal response behind it is off the mark. Long story short, this video is just the type of fear-mongering which makes it look like he's the only one who has the solution. He's exaggerating the problem. He's pulling shit out of context so he can sell you his solution.